welcome back in today's episode. In today's episode, I just want to do a small thing. We had spent some days minus coming back to this project, but before I start this episode, I just want to answer some few of the comments that you have been making. So after doing this series about the multi-role authentication system that we did the other day, some people were asking some questions. Okay, they were asking if I've left the playlist for the multi-vendor and so on and so forth. So I'm not jumping through projects, and most of these projects are interconnected. So we were doing a multi-vendor e-commerce. Now, to those ones who are not in the group, you might not understand, but actually I always first ask this in the group, those who are in WhatsApp group. And if you have not joined yet in the WhatsApp group, simply join the WhatsApp. In the description you'll find the link and you can join the WhatsApp. And here also I will talk about the course just in a second, but the reason why I did this next auth and this multi-role authentication is just because we are going to use it in the multi-vendor e-commerce. Okay, so I looked at it as bringing it as a new concept while we are using it in the multi-vendor e-commerce app. It was going to be so hard to implement it if you have not seen it before. And to make things very clear for those ones who would want also to integrate it in other applications that you are building, you might not be building only the multi-vendor e-commerce, or you are building something else. You might be building your blog app, or you are building for other type of apps. I'm not sure which apps you're working on, but it would be very easy if you have a separate video that actually talks about multi-role authentication, and then you can watch it separately and then you implement it in your own application. Okay, we vetted on this in the WhatsApp group and we talked about it, and most guys said we make a separate video instead of just adding it in the multi-vendor e-commerce. So I went ahead and I made it as separate video to help in the future others who would want only to watch the multi-auth, okay, the multi-auth, and they are not following the e-commerce application. That's why we went ahead and did that. Okay, so we're going to have an episode. I think after this, or after 2 episodes of the I'm just going to have on the multi-vendor, but we are going to have an episode whereby we actually also implement the multi-auth in the e-commerce, okay, using the similar concepts that we did in the previous video in the multi-auth series. Okay, I think that one answers the comments. There is a person who was saying he doesn't like me jumping from one series to another one, but most of them, they're interconnected. If I see there is a concept I'm going to use and you're not familiar with it, I can first make for it a separate video, the way I did with the upload thing, and then now when we came to use it, you're already familiar with it. Okay, that one out of the way. Then next I'm just going to talk about the course. The fact is why it has somehow also delayed is that I wanted to make everything TypeScript. The people who watch my videos, most of the comments come when they want me to include TypeScript. So when I was just making the course, I had to stop everything and actually do TypeScript videos. So I'm trying to first create nice TypeScript. We want to first make a TypeScript. Everything will be in TypeScript. We'll be using TypeScript, and I also in the near future you will see me making a TypeScript video. I'll just make TypeScript video 1 hour or 1.5 hours talking about TypeScript, and then we'll start using it in all our videos, and consequently we'll be using it in the whole entire course we are going I'm just going to produce for Next.js. Okay, I'm putting a lot of time, a lot of care in that course, guys. It is not easy, but I'm really putting in what it takes to produce nice content that's going to be more helpful, more learning, working on the notes, working on the cheat sheets, working on everything. That's going to be so much helpful that when you take the course it will be so much helpful. And if you have not joined the waitlist, please, you will find the link in the description. Join the waitlist, or by the time you check this video, maybe the course is actually out and you'll find the link to the course. Okay, having spoken about that, let's just jump into today's video. So in today's video, what we did the last time we were in this project, the e-commerce, we had done some great work in the first episode of in the previous 2 episodes. We implemented this table, okay, which has pagination. It has all these nice things. Okay, we have this pagination going on. We have all these nice things, nice features. Okay, we have all these nice features. I really like this. Like this, you can toggle off the columns. You can see we have these. We can search. Okay, we can just search for the title. For instance, if I say food, you can see, you can search instantly. You can filter the columns and so on and so forth. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted we did in the second part of the video of using this of implementing the data table from Shard, what we did is we tried to actually use the table component. Okay, we'll use the table component to work on the categories, and then we moved it to other things. I don't know if we did coupons. Did we do coupons? I'm not sure, but we moved to, I think we did store banners. Let me see. We must have done something. We tried to use it. Yeah, we did store banners, and you can see here we have the store banners having the same things. Okay, it has pagination and also forth. That was really great. Okay, now one thing today I want to do is, first of all, want to put it onto all of our models. Want to be able to put this table so that all the models they have that. And I would request, whatever we do in this video, I will just put like 2 or 3, and then the remaining, they will be like exercise. You will have to go ahead and try to put them in other places so that we don't waste more time. And one more thing I just wanted to do is, some of these columns, really, if you check on it, how right now we're implementing it, is that if you just go, for instance, we have put it in the categories and also the banners. Yeah, categories and the banners. So you can see the whole concept is the same. You have this new update, and then you have the columns. Okay, so the most important thing, if you look at it, is the columns, because if you just move to like page, you notice that we have the page header, and then here we have data table, which takes in the data, which is very easy to get the data on top here, and then we have the columns, which comes from the columns. Okay, and the columns, if you look at them, are here on dot column, and so the columns are the most important thing. This is why we have a heavy markup. Okay, so what I was thinking is that some of these columns actually just like they are repetitive. If you just look at the image, if you look at all this like this date, So I was wondering if there is in any way we can actually create reusable columns. Okay, if you go to these columns in the categories, you'll see you have this image URL. Okay, and then you have these like the date. Okay, you have like the date, that markup and all that kind of stuff. And if you notice, most of this markup is on the cell. Okay, is on the cell is where we actually render most of this markup. Okay, so what I was wondering is, one, if there is any possible way of creating like a component, a date column component, and then we transfer all this this markup, like all this one, and then we put it into that column. Okay, we take we create a column. I'm just going to try to do that. I see if it is really possible. Okay, I'm just going to try to do that, and I see how possible it can get, or how if this is really possible. Okay, is what I want to try and see if that is really possible. So I'm just going to create by the way, I'm not sure if it is going to work, but I just have to try out. So I'm just going to copy all this code just like this, Control C, copy it. I'm just going to go to components. There is, here we have DataTable components, and here we have the DataTable data blah blah. I'm just going to inside the component. Okay, I'm just going to right click and create a new folder. I'm just going to create this one, and I'm just going to call it just like, maybe we call it data table columns. Okay, just going to create a folder called data table columns, and inside it I'm just going to create a file, for instance date column. Okay, I'm just going to say date column. Okay, date column dot JSX, and this is going to say RFC. Okay, okay, so we have date column, and that's, I'm just going to return just remove this return. I guess we have also the return, so just paste this here. If you see, everything here is, we have to get this row, so that means we can pass in the prop of the row just like that, and then we can just get the row, and everything else is just going to remain like that. Okay, so now we have this date column. I just wondering if we can use the dot column instead of this. So go back to the categories. Okay, it would be great if I just close everything, go to this back dashboard, catalog, and then just go to categories and then to columns. So I'm wondering if this can actually place. I'm just going to, right now, since I have it in multiple places, I can just simply remove like this. I'm just going to say return, and then I'm returning the date. Return, I'm just going to return date column. Okay, date column, and the date column takes in a row, which is actually a row. Okay, this row here, because even the cell takes in a row, so we move it back to this one. I have no idea if this can work. Okay, let's go back to the columns and we see if this causes errors. Just wait and see. Okay, so it seems like it seems like for some reason it is working. Let me refresh again. Okay, to be sure that it is really working from here, I can just first go and take it off. Okay, let me just first take it off, then I will just take it back so that we just know it is actually working. Okay, it is now off. Let me just go back and put it back. Let me just see. Okay, so it actually works. Okay, so that is great. Let's go ahead and do the image. Okay, so now you can see how we have tremendously reduced the amount of code. So let me just go and do, so restore it to others. Okay, we have this image. Okay, so in the similar way, just going to create the image column. Okay, just come to this. Let me just copy this. So I'm just going to copy what is inside here. Okay, now I don't know if this, we should create the image column from their side, because what if it doesn't have this? Anyways, we can pass in two things, I guess. Yeah, let's just do that. So I'm just going to copy this, Control C. Okay, Control C. I'm just going to go to DataTable columns. I'm just going to create a new file, image column, image column.j6. Just do RFC. Okay, and just come here and just return this, passing this row. And maybe what I would say also would be the image title, because if you just look at here, row.get value, and this one just like getting here this, the image URL we are passing here would be corresponding to the image we are getting from here. So we could just pass in here also the image title in the DB. So this is the image title that is supposed to be in the DB, and now this we could just use it on this value. Okay, we could just like pass it here, dot get value, and we could just do something like this to make sure it works. Image title, just like that. So the image title in this case is the image URL. Okay, so let's just go and try to do this. Image column, it has two things, row and image title. Sorry, copy it, go to columns, and where we have this image, just like this, here, let me just put something like image column. Okay, and it takes in two things. It takes in the row, which is actual row, and it also takes in the image title, which actually I'm just going to pass in as the image URL, image URL, just like that. I guess it is image URL, just like that. Let's see, it is rotating. I just see if this works. Definitely we have an error. Okay, so in this image column we have to definitely import this column from the next image. Okay, let's see if that one solves our problem. Okay, so the image works. That's great. Okay, so we have the date and the category. Let's just look at this normal column, like the text column, or the, maybe we just call this one like the what, this one is the sortable text, sort of let's just go to columns. Okay, and for that one I think it's even more complex. Let's just go to this, because for it has two things. It has the header. Okay, it in fact doesn't have the cell, because the cell is the one which has like manipulable. Oh, okay, so it's the same thing I guess, because if you look at this, it has just text in a column. That's the only difference I guess. So in this case we have I'm saying we have this on click, text in column dot toggle, sorting column dot get sorted, ascending, and we have this title. How does it even know? What sort? Okay, because I think of this accessor key. So we have to get to pass in whatever we want here, this title. Let's just try it and see. We call it sortable heading, or sortable I just call it sortable column. Okay, let me just copy this. Just copy this, what is in the return, copy this, and just go to this, to the columns, DataTable columns. I'm just going to click this one, and I'm just going to click this one as sortable column .jsx RFC just return this. First of all, import the button. Okay, so the button is supposed to come from, just come on top here. The button is supposed to come from I guess somewhere button. So just get the button from this here. Just import the button on top. Sorry, that's not the place. Just import the button. So we have this button. I think that's the only. Then we have this arrow up. This one I think we can just get it from Roasted. Okay, anything else? So one here, what we pass is the column, Okay, here we have to pass in the column and the title, so that the column works on this, and then the title is what we put here. Okay, so just go and put this sortable column, go to columns, and here where we have this header onto this, let's just put this sortable column, and it takes in two things. It takes in the column, which is actually column, okay, and then takes in the title, which is actually title. So here I'm just going to pass in the title, okay, just like that, because the most important thing will be this, okay, the accessor key. So I'm changing the accessor key. Okay, so we have now some of these things. Let's go back and see if this actually changes anything. It is refreshing. Okay, everything remains the way it is right now. If I just come in, I say meat, and I say food. Okay, so this works. Okay, that's great. Okay, that's really great. Then I don't know if we put the also the any table, these normal table columns, because there is sortable column, but then there is normal table column. For instance, the one for the description. Let me just like put this one, and you see. If you just come back here, and I'm just activating the description, and of course we'll also just try to move this, and you can see we have the description. Okay, we have this description, which just like really the normal thing. We have tried to actually limit it to only one stuff, only one only one rows take to occupy only one line. That's why it has this dot. Okay, so we would want to see how we can optimize, how we can just also have this a normal column with this. Okay, maybe we just call it a normal table column. Okay, actually it should just not exceed one line. I think that one will be really great. Okay, I know how we can control the width. Okay, I'm not sure how we can control the width, but we can also have this one. Most times we are not going to show the description really, so you can just like comment it out. Maybe we just reuse it in the future, but for now there is this one, which is just like this is active. We'll have a way to actually make it have the we'll have to make a way where we can maybe edit it from here. Right away we have like that, where we can change it from is to or something like that. Okay, and here this heading, I just want to So we have this accessor key, which suppose, but then this one can change. Okay, just leave this one as active. Just, we don't need to show that it is active. Just say active. I think it is good enough. Okay, so at least we have optimized 3 columns. We have this title column, the category, the image column, and the date. So we can just like reuse those ones in other places. And then we have also this select. I'm not sure, because they will have exact same thing here, like the delete and the edit. Okay, they will have this delete and edit. Most times they will not have copy. Actually, just go and also just work on that. So if you just go to that, it is under actions. Okay, and you can see here we have this also the active, and then it has this whole drop down thing moving on. So I'm just going to go ahead and also move this column. Okay, and this one is going to be the action column. Let me just also work on that. So I'm just going to copy all these just like this. Okay, and it takes in a row. So I'm just going to go back to my columns in the components here. I'm just going to create the first column, which is the action column .jsx rfc. Let's just go ahead and put this. Now here we need this whole component. We need the button, we need the drop down thing. So just go here and get this drop down. You can just go here and you get this whole drop down thing here. And let me just take also this button, action, just on top here, just like that. And this one takes in a row. Okay, and maybe the active column, I don't know, but right now we just first just leave it like this. We have also the button, and I just bring in these icons, which are the, and then we don't need this one which says copy. Really, we don't need this copy one. Just going to remain with this. Okay, we just have to add this edit and delete. Okay, now we could just also pass in this, the title. We can pass in here this the title, and then we can just like do it here, and we say delete title. Whatever title will be passed here, we could just do that, and here just say title, just like that. And even here we just say title. Okay, and in the future just like would want to put the icons, but for now let's just leave them like that. This checkbox is not required. You can just like remove this checkbox. Let's go back to the columns. Okay, and then just here on the action column, it is, and just you can see action column. So it takes in the row, and then it takes in also the title. Okay, it takes in the title, and the title here is, for instance, category. Okay, so we have that. Let's see if this one actually works. Okay, let's just wait it to do that, and we'll see if this one actually works. Okay, and you can see you have delete category and edit category. Okay, so that is great. At least we have this one separated. Now we can just like transform this table. Now we can add it to other places where we can actually start working onto this whole thing. So first of all, want to make those changes in the store banner, and we see them working. Okay, more especially we're just going to have to transform the image and the title. Okay, so let's just go and check that. So for this the title, it just takes in this sortable thing. Okay, we just like simply copy this and just go to banners, columns, where we have the title. I think somewhere here. May hope is the same thing. So just like swap this whole column, I guess, with this one, title, and then this. I just import this sortable, just like that, and let's just go and see if this changes, and just wait, it is refreshing. Okay, everything is okay. Just go ahead and do the image. Okay, we have the image and date created. So I'm just going to go back to the columns, and let's do the image. Just simply copy this whole entire object, go here, and we have the image. I think is this one. Okay, just do this. The only thing you have to do, first of all, this is the banner image, and I guess the accessor key at this point is, and this one would be nice if it was accessor key, I guess, because I don't know. I just change this into the accessor key, this one, and then you just like change it onto this column. Instead, it just takes in this as an accessor key, just like that, and I think that's it. And then I just change it here on this into the accessor key, and I think everything should remain exactly the same. Yep. Okay, so the image, now the date created. Okay, the date created here is active, then the date created, and then this. So for the date, just go ahead in the categories. Okay, in the categories we have this date created. Just go to these banners and let's do date created. Where is the date? Is it here? Okay, just replace it just like that, and I just say date column, Okay, and then here on action, go to the categories and let's get the action column, just like that, and just go here and just let me wait a second. Yep, so just go and replace it with this and get the action column. Okay, great. And then here the title is going to be banner. Okay, let's just see that if this actually works out. We change the date and this column, so the date is working. This column, okay, delete banner and edit banner. Great. Now the only thing just to do is now to transform to other this to other tables. Okay, would want at least all other tables to be at this point, all of them, and then we just like made adjustments on others. So let's start with coupons. I think it shouldn't be easy to put. So the few things we need, first of all, is the columns and this page. If you check the page here, you need the page and the columns. Excuse me. So if you just go and see, we have this page header which has the heading and then the href and then the link title, okay, for this the header, and then we have this here. So I think the only thing we just need to add in is this in these others. So let's go to, for instance, on the coupons in the page, the only thing we just need to add is removing all these things here, okay, and then we add this. Okay, import DataTable. Now where are we importing DataTable from? Add components. Okay, I guess, and then we need to pass in the data. Okay, so the just get this async just here, this const like banners. So if you just go on to these coupons page, so on top here we need to fetch this data, and it makes this one async, just like this. And then these ones are going to be coupons. Okay, get data and just get coupons, and make sure you import this get data function, and then we get these coupons, and then let's pass them into these as the data, and then finally we just create the columns. So for the columns, just simply duplicate. So under this under like the banners, we have these columns, copy this and just go to the coupons and just paste. Okay, so it has these columns now. Okay, so the only important thing is now static, and we, by the way, we don't need this right now, and even these arrows. Okay, these imports are all not being used. Even the next image itself, for instance, the coupons, we can just leave the select, and we also have to have this checkbox somehow taken that side. This title, I think the title is okay. let's first look at columns. Columns is not defined. We can just go ahead and import. We can first also look at the data, duplicate, and just look at API coupons. Okay, I don't see the coupons, so they have the title. Okay, then they have the code, coupon code. Then they have the expiry date, is active, and created at. Okay, so let's start with the title. So they have the title. Where am I right now? Into this, supposed to be into coupons columns. First of all, in the page, you can first import these columns from here, dot columns, and then here in these columns we can start putting the one that belong here. So the title is okay. They don't have the image, remove the image, and of course just import this. I think this is already imported. Then they have this accessor key, and then the for this one I think we just only put the coupon code, just instead of the link, just add this coupon code. Okay, then we have is active, created at. So we have another date. Okay, I think we're supposed to pass in the actual accessor key, because if you check in the date column, we here, if you want to format any other date, okay, because here I would want to format it also in this format, any other date, like this. So let me just also pass in accessor key. Let me just get clearly from any of these ones. On the date column, I could just pass in also the accessor key, which for instance in this case is created at. Okay, and just go ahead and pass this to this here, accessor key, and then this one would be accessor key, something like this, accessor key. Okay, whatever, this one doesn't matter, because at the end of the day it gets the original date, and then we end up with the formatted date, so that's the most important. So accessor key, and then this should be put onto all, passing in the accessor key even on the categories. Make sure you put in the accessor key equaling to created at. So let's just see if we can transform this into the coupons. Also, let's add first of all the accessor key here equaling to created at. Okay, now can we reuse this for this expiry date? So I just want to see, while we have the coupon code, after this coupon code I just want to put another one. Accessor key here is the expiry date. Let me just get this properly from here. Expiry date. So passing expiry date here. The header is expiry date here. Expiry date, and then we pass in this date column. Accessor key is this expiry date. Okay, and let's just try to see if this one works. So we have the title, coupon code, expiry date is active, created at, and that. Let's just try to visit this and see on the coupons. Okay, so you can see actually it works. Expiry dates, they are also just like rendered very well. Someone can see that the title and then the coupon codes here. Really nice, really nice. Okay, so that's great. We have this being using all the new things we have added. Okay, I guess even here, delete banner, we have to work on this. The last one on the actions, pass in this as coupon. Okay, if you have to be like delete coupon and so on and so forth. Okay, so we have it working for the coupons. Let me hope even the search is working. Let's just say, for instance, Happy Friday. Let me just search here. Happy Friday. Okay, that one is working. So for the catalog, we are remaining with only products. Let's work on the products. Then the rest will actually work it off the screen, because I just want you to actually go ahead and also practice. You could just work onto these others, the farmers, the markets, and I think also the community, to create those tables. Okay, let me just go ahead and go to, lastly is we have the banners, categories, coupons, and then now finally is the product. So on the product, as we said, the first thing is to transform the page. Okay, and in the page, the first thing you have to bring in is this. Okay, bring in this, the data table. Let me see, where do we have the product page? So down here, remove everything and just put this, and just simply bring data table from this data table in the components. Then these columns now are the ones we want, and the data. So for the data, just simply go here, page, and let's simply get this const, and let's put it on the page. So just want to get this. Okay, so products, so just the products, okay, is equal await get products, and this key we pass in here is the one in the API. Make sure they match, not just like putting just, you must sure it is one you are seeing here. Make this as async function, async, and then get this get also. Okay, and then go ahead here on the data, put the products. Will be only remaining with these columns, and you just copy the columns from the categories. Copy this column, copy, and go to the products and let's paste this columns. Okay, so of course we'll clean up some of these things here. It will remain with the title. Let me just go and see. It needs the title. Of course, the image, give it here this to be the product image, and just like that. We don't need the description, just remove this. Is active, created at, I think that is enough. Then you have date created. I think that's the only important thing. Then pass here product. That one should be enough to go to products. Let's see if everything is working. Column is not defined. Just to make sure under this page, in the products page, these columns also imported from .columns. Okay, let's just wait and see. Okay, so we have these titles propagating properly. Delete product and edit product, and then on the view. Okay, yeah, so these ones which are here are the ones that we have here. Great. Okay, so the title, let me see if it is searching. I'm just going to search for hey. Okay, that's great. Everything is working, so just use the same concept. Okay, go ahead and use the same concept, and of course we'll once work onto this active. We'll see how to handle this to make it like a button which changes or something, but for now at least we have all these catalogs having the tables. Okay, and the tables which have all these nice things, nice features. So we still have other things you're going to work on, so you can transform it to the markets. If you just check on the markets, they don't have so far. If you click on the markets, so the markets, they have the API, so they need a table. I'm just going to work on those ones offline using the same concept that we have done. Okay, so markets, we have the farmers. Okay, and then we have this the Limi community. Okay, so you have those three models that you need to work on. Okay, yeah, you have those three models that you need to work on. I think that's the nice thing. Now at this point, if time allows, what I want to talk about is, if you go back to these products, if you go back to this delete, there is this and edit. So we need to actually work onto these two endpoints. Okay, we have to really work on those two endpoints, the delete endpoint and the edit endpoint. These two are really important endpoints to work on, because if we work on those ones, then we will not be having any other problem. Okay, so if you just go to I think just not to mix them, I'm just going to make for them a short video working specifically onto those two. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this short episode. Thank you for subscribing. To those who have subscribed, please, I'm really so much grateful. Okay, and I just want to wish you a happy new year. Okay, Thank you so much for watching this episode. See you in the next one.